that? What happened?
No volume?
So win.
We're
We're live now. Hey, Bourbon Bros KC here. Tonight we have
Heath?
And Derek.
Victor.
and Mike. We are here tonight. This has been something we've been talking about for a while. Kind of a little brainchild of we are going to honor first responders, veterans, military, any of you, all of you. So this has been something we've been talking about, and we're focusing it on this bottle here. It's Art of the Spirits. It's Chief Cigar Blend. Victor's actually knows them pretty well. It got us to give us some bottles that we're going to pair with a cigar after. And Derek says, you know what? This is the cigar that's going to go best with that. So, first and foremost, we want to thank all first responders, military, veterans, all of them. I mean, freedom isn't free. So we've got a lot going on in this world, and people like Victor, who is a first responder, they're out there every day. So we just want to say thank you. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, Derek.
Thank you to all you veterans and active duty. Here at Ash Anvil, we are veteran owned, and we also have one of our owners is still active duty. So the military is a big part of my family, and thank you to everybody who has put their name on that line.
I'm a veteran. I was in the Air Force a long time ago. So now we're gonna pair these up tonight with the cigar, and we'll see how that goes. Right? Kind of excited to see. And I've never had this. Has anyone ever had this before?
No.
I have not had. That's the latest one. I haven't had that one.
So that's the best part, right? Everyone is new to this bottle online. So we're all gonna try it for the first time, and we'll see how that goes. So
And we have a very special surprise later half of this video.
yeah. So don't.
So something special is coming.
Do not.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
You're not going to want to miss that for sure. It's going to be, it's exciting. So, Art to the Spirits and a +1. So, we'll put up a little later, but we've had a lot of donors that have provided us with some giveaways for everyone here tonight, and we're also going to be doing giveaways for people that are on the live. So at some point they will put out a little. If you would sign up in the chat, and after the live is over, we will actually go and do some random draws, and we'll be sending out some things, and you'll be notified. So we got a really cool box of giveaways tonight. So
Yeah, we got a lot, more than I thought.
yeah, it kind of just all came in at the last minute, so we're excited about that. So, well, first let's. You're very well versed with Art of the Spirits, Victor.
Yeah.
Why don't we have you talk about Art of the Spirits, and maybe give a little bit of history on them, who they are, what they do.
Yeah, so again, thank you for having us here, man. This is amazing. This is packed. Art of the Spirits, they're from Colorado Springs, Colorado. I got, first of all, I came across them at Whiskey Snug up in Weston, Missouri.
Great shots.
Yeah.
Cool shot.
And they had a
Technical difficulties.
oh shit.
We're having big time echo. Yeah.
All right, we're back. It was my fault. My fault. I had something on and it was going in my ear, but little did I know it was echoing. So, all right. So I don't know what the last thing we talked about was.
Art of the Spirits.
Art of the
Yeah.
Spirits. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
So I came across Art of the Spirits for the first time last year, actually, at Whiskey Snug in Weston, Missouri. And they had like a barrel, and then on top of the barrel, they had a bunch of those bottles. And I'd never seen a bottle like that before. I'm like, oh, might as well taste that, because at Whiskey Snug, you're able to taste whatever whiskey they have out.
It's like 2,400 open bottles.
Yeah, for like a percentage of the bottle price or whatever. So I went ahead and tried Art of the Spirits, and I was hooked then. It was just their regular straight bourbon, cask strength. They were founded in 2014 by Richard Paul. Great guy. From what I understand, he has family in the military / back in the day in military, and so he has a military background. And something ignited in him back in 2014 to start this, and all the proceeds at first, and even to this day, a lot of the proceeds go back towards giving to military, veterans, first responders. And it's one of those, like, I've been around long enough to have had a lot of people say that they're first responder friendly or military friendly, but then when like push came to shove, they didn't deliver. Art of the Spirits has been delivering since 2014, and it's been really great because my wife is actually from Colorado Springs, and I got a chance to go out to their distillery.
Nice.
And that was another thing. I reached out to him through email, just like, hey, I'm coming to Colorado Springs. I'd love to meet y'all. Love to check out the distillery. And it was his idea. I didn't even ask for it. He said, oh, you're a first responder? I'll let you do a barrel dump. And
That's cool.
whatever barrel you want, we'll dump it, and I'll get you a bottle. Now, obviously, I paid for it, but it was one of those, like, you can't just walk up to Buffalo Trace and do that.
No.
You can't just walk up to Wild Turkey and do that, And it was just a great experience. But back on Art of the Spirits, all of their stuff is single barrel, limited release, all of it. Police departments, army, military, whatever, they can commission through their local liquor store, commission Art of the Spirits, and they can do a barrel tasting and dump a certain barrel that they want and sell it. And if you look at their Instagram, a lot of their proceeds go back again to military, first responders.
I just saw one that they have a service dog.
The canines.
There, yeah. I just saw that one.
Reconciliation, yeah. So police departments can commission them and say, hey, we want to honor our canine, or we want to honor, whatever it may be. And they'll just go through, whatever liquor store and make it happen. The latest one, and actually I was a part of this one, it was really cool. Fort Carson out in Colorado Springs, they had the 4th Infantry, the Army, 4th Infantry, they came out and they tasted 3 barrels, and 2 of them were hazmats. I mean, they were hot stuff, but I love high proof, that.
You're a big,
so
you're
I
a
was
big
in
proof
heaven.
guy.
And it happened to be during the same weekend that I was visiting my in-laws. And Richard, again, out of the kindness of his heart, I didn't pay for this or anything. He goes, hey man, tonight I got the 4th Infantry coming out and tasting some barrels for their store pick. You want to come out and taste them with them? I'm like, yeah.
That's so cool.
I'll come out and taste them with them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll need a DD, but I'll help them out.
Twist my arm.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, back in 2023, I had my best friend and my partner, police officer, Jordan Oswald. He got shot in the line of duty and killed in Mission, Kansas. I told Richard about that, and he was like, dude, put me in touch with his wife. I'll take him out grocery shopping. That is something that he does.
That's cool.
I don't know how he picks. I really don't. But you can see it on his Instagram all the time. He will take out family of fallen military, servicemen and women, fallen first responders. He'll take out their families and do a grocery haul with them. And I mean, he's all about it. He puts his money where his mouth is at.
That's awesome.
And I can't help but to just honor that. And, Art of the Spirits, man. Again, it's just so rare to find a company, especially, a company that makes so much money, or you would think makes money. Again, you can't go into Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey, and do this kind of stuff, So Richard, he's always been very open about it. When he first started this, he couldn't even afford to keep a bottle. I mean, there was not a lot of money in the bank when he first started this. He couldn't even afford to keep a bottle to himself, even if he wanted to. He had to sell everything he had. And to see him come from that to what he's come to now, and his warehouse manager, Steven, good guy. They're all great. If y'all are watching, y'all are freaking badass, man.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, they're just great people, and I hope they grow, man. I don't know what the future is bringing for them, but they keep coming out with bottles, and they got a couple good hazmats. Again, everything is, though, single barrel, limited release. And right now they're distributing to Colorado, obviously, Kansas, Missouri. Really, they're shipping, by the way, they ship to 47 states. So you can go on their website and buy some of their offerings. They'll ship, 47 states. And the biggest thing for me is how genuine these guys were. and how just down to earth they are and how true. If you go into the distillery, he's got a wall full of patches, challenge coins, you name them. Like, he honors anybody that's ever been in there. If they want to give him a challenge coin, if they want to give him a patch, everything's up in his distillery on display.
Awesome.
It's so cool.
Well, one thing that I find unique is their labels.
Yeah.
Every label, if you look, every label has a special. I think there's special art that
David Yule.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. So that's another thing. They're the only distillery. I did some research, and they're the only distillery that I could find that commissions an artist to design their labels.
Yeah.
So David Yule, apparently he's a world-renowned artist. They go through them, and again, if you commission them, you obviously get to pick what you want on there. You know, you can say, hey, I want a badge, or I want this, or I want that, and then they'll go through David to come up with the design and the art. And then the back of every bottle's got a Bible verse, and then also a history and or story about what the bottle's about, and everything. Also, another thing, everything is cask strength or barrel strength, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
Nothing is watered down. I think the lowest proof I've seen on Art of the Spirits is like a 105, I think.
Wow.
So everything's well above 100. So if you like your proof, Art of the Spirits is where it's at. So
yeah, absolutely. So I came across them. My wife and I were in Colorado Springs. We did like a vacation with the RV. We were sitting there, and Heath is one that gets me to. He's got me hunting. So hunting bottles, right?
Yeah.
So I found this little liquor store, Oasis Liquor Store, in the little strip mall, and I walked in there, and they had a big display that a 19-year bourbon, and I asked about it, and the guy said it's spectacular, and it's local. So I picked it up. I mean, it was $150, but I'll tell you what, it's one that the first time we popped it, we drank it, we shared it, and now I hide it because there's only so much of it, and you got to be pretty special to hide it. So maybe I'll share.
Thanks for reminding me on that too. I wanted to bring that up. Some of their prices to some people, like $150, right? I walked out of their distillery with a 19-year-old bourbon for 120 something, because he'll give you a discount if you're a first responder. Where else are you going to find a 19-year-old bourbon for 3 digits?
Yeah. Right.
Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey, Jim Beam, look what they're doing with their 19-year-olds.
Oh, sure.
I mean, that's in the thousands of dollars. Yeah. So it's really
and it's
cool.
good, and it's really good.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
So
a lot of their stuff is, I think their youngest that I've seen is 7 years, if that.
Okay.
So that's all.
Let's try it. I'm anxious to try it.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
We're shutting you down.
I'm good.
So let's
Yeah.
pop this thing.
I talk
and-
a lot.
No, that's what we're here for, right? It's about education and learning, right?
They're just they're a great company.
So we're gonna try this and see where it goes. Again, it's a cigar blend, right? So we're gonna pair it with a cigar. We're gonna use the expert here. We'll follow that. So we'll take your advice.
Yeah.
And try a cigar with that. So
let's sample it and see what we think.
oh wow. I mean, what's the proof on this? Do we know what the proof is?
117.
117, but
117.2.
you know what? I've had some 90s and 100s that it just smacks you in the face, right? This doesn't smack you in the face. This is like, wow. That's super.
On the nose, it's mild.
Very mild. Very mild on the nose, right? So, sweet up front.
Oh yeah. Which cigar blends usually are a little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
So, our last video we did, we featured Penelope cigar blend, and this is totally different.
Oh yeah. But
Totally different than the.
this is really good.
This is
Just for giggles, on the side, it should have some notes on the other side. Nope, never mind.
not on
This
this
bottle
one.
doesn't have it.
Sometimes their bottles have the notes on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's the notes on? What are you picking up?
I'm picking up cigars right now.
You guys picking up anything? I mean, it's super sweet on the front.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything on the nose.
So I can tell you,
Not real spicy.
No, I don't get the cinnamon that we got off the Penelope.
yeah. Traditionally, like some of their stuff will have like a plum type of note.
Okay.
Yeah, you get
Which
that fruit
explains
that
the
kind of comes through.
sweetness, the
Yeah.
dark fruits. Yeah.
Stone fruit, as
Yeah.
everyone
It's
wants
definitely,
to say.
yeah. You're definitely. Again, you're not. I'm not the guy, but it's definitely. I've always said that. I'm trying. I'm not the guy, but it's.
You're getting there, man. You're doing your thing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, man.
So I don't know much about whiskey, but it is very smooth, way smoother than I would think 117
Oh, absolutely.
would be. You know, like it's very easy to drink. It's warm.
Yep.
Like I don't know if this makes a difference in bourbon. 'Cause again, I'm not a bourbon guy. You know, I'm learning to be a bourbon guy. But it's where the Penelope was like warm on the roof of my mouth. It lingered on the roof of my mouth. This is more like in my gums, which may be just how I'm tasting it. But, and
Well,
then,
yeah.
yeah, I get a little bit of that oakiness, but not nearly as much as I have on other
Yeah, I
cigars.
mean, I'm getting the oaky kind of on the side of my palate, right? I mean, but like you said, it's just a little warm going down.
It's warm, and I'm picking up some fruits, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
picking up, like I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
I like that. It almost reminds me, and it's gonna sound weird, I know. Almost reminds me of what I pick up with on a Stag Junior.
Oh, sure.
The Stag Juniors, I pick up the fruit like that.
Yeah.
I'm picking that up on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you know where? Because obviously they're sourcing all their stuff, right?
Yeah.
Do you know where they disclose any of that?
No,
not really.
if they do, I'm not up to date on that, honestly. I know they're big in Missouri, so wherever they're sourcing out of, I think it's somewhere out of Missouri.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't know where in Missouri though, so I don't want to misspeak or But
No, I mean, it's super smooth.
Yeah.
It's got that consistency that stays with you for a while, right? So when it's sitting on your tongue, it's there for a while, and you're getting a lot of taste out of it.
hell, the legs are great.
A long finish. There, I gotta write that down.
Good
Long
mouthfeel. Doesn't
finish.
dissipate really quick. It's a good pour.
Long finish. I gotta remember that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
But it is.
We're talking about the bourbon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the
I'll make
type
sure.
of bottle that I would hide as well.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I don't want to get too much into it because you don't know when you get it again because it's limited release, right?
Right.
Well, I guess we'll have to. Who's taking it home,
That's
right?
right.
But
That's right.
But I don't know.
Well, I did call him to get us that bottle.
I don't know.
So how
So,
about that?
then I'm not taking the bottle home.
Or
That's for
maybe
sure.
somebody lucky out here will get it. How about
Yeah.
that?
So, no, but while we give you a minute, and Nick, I think what we want to do is let you pair a cigar with it, and I'm trying to reach.
Signal.
I'm trying to signal. I'm trying to signal. So I think since I think we have we've talked about this. We have a lot of donors here. I think what we want to do is we want to display the donors
Yeah, absolutely.
to show who's provided us some things. And while Derek goes and gets a cigar to pair this with, I think we can show the donors and we'll come back to that. Is that all right? Is that good? All right. Give us the nod. All right, we're
All right,
back.
we're back.
And now
All right.
it goes to the man.
So I've gone and picked out a cigar to pair with tonight, and staying in the spirit of veteran-owned and military themed, we're going with Founders cigar, and this is the Founders Maduro.
Okay.
So this is a pretty new brand to the market. We've been carrying it really since the beginning. There was a big change in packaging that came on halfway through, but we've been carrying it in our humidor for a while now. Founders is part owned by a veteran. There's two owners. One of them is an Air Force guy, and I believe they're out of Milwaukee.
Okay.
So very good sticks, good quality. They've got 5 blends. They only come in one size. And this is the Maduro. It comes in a Toro, and this is a Maduro. So
Okay.
Yeah, right on the band it says veteran owned
Yeah,
right
veteran
there.
owned, right on the band.
The bands are fantastic.
Very cool.
These are made in the Casa Cuevas factory in the Dominican Republic, and the Casa Cuevas is in their, I want to say their 5th generation in the cigar industry and in the tobacco industry. Great family, Alec and Luis and those guys at Casa Cuevas are just fantastic people. So founders made a good move moving over to their factory, and that's where these cigars are made. So
Awesome. I'm excited.
let's go ahead and cut it and talk about lighting it here.
I'm thinking about
Teach me how, Derek.
Yeah, so when you cut a cigar, they take the binder and they take the filler, and they roll it. They take the filler and they roll it in a binder leaf, which is kind of an ugly leaf, but it has a lot of structure and adds a lot of flavor to the cigar. And they roll it up just using pressure, and they put it into a cigar mold. And that cigar mold makes it cigar shaped. You know, it cleans it up a little bit. And after sitting in that mold for a while, it comes out and they roll the wrapper leaf on top of it, which is that nice, beautiful wrapper, that tobacco leaf that's on the outside that you see. And there's nothing holding the cigar together at this point until they use like a fruit pectin or starch glue, and they glue the cap on. And most cigars in the industry today are triple capped. I'm not sure that I can see all 3 on this one. Well, maybe I can. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I see all 3 here.
Shit, I need my
Well, there's
glasses,
3
Derek.
circular pieces of tobacco glued onto the end of the cigar, and that's what's holding it together.
Okay.
And I see it all the time. People come into our cigar shop and they cut their cigar and they cut, up here by the band, and then their cigar falls apart. Yeah, they're losing out half their cigar, but then it falls apart because there's no structure holding it together.
Yeah.
So when you cut the cigar, all you really want to do is expose the end. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up because we're a ways away, but I just barely cut off the end, left the cap still intact.
Maybe a
yeah.
16th of an inch
Right.
at most. I mean, you're barely taking the top off.
Once you cut it, blow off the end because there'll be a little bit of cut tobacco. I don't want to call it dust because it's not dust, but little tiny bits of tobacco. So blow that off and then take a draw. And if you can pull through it, pull the button down. Pull it towards you.
There we go.
If you
gotta
can
be smarter in the car.
If you can pull through and draw through your cigar,
There we
you've
go.
cut enough. You can
Well,
always
there
go
goes that
back.
quarter inch. So don't worry, he's got some lessons.
You
We'll
can
give him
always
some
go back
lessons.
and cut more later if you need to. So. And then, by making sure that you can draw on it, you're also giving it what I like to call a cold draw. It's known as a cold draw. And the cold draw is tasting the tobacco before you light it. And a lot of times it's totally different than the taste once you light it. So a lot of times I'll walk around with a cigar that I've cut and I'll just puff on it without lighting it, sometimes for 30 minutes, just because
flavor.
it tastes good.
Yeah.
And but then when you light it, it'll change. So on the cold draw, do you guys taste anything that you recognize?
It's
I'm getting a little bit of sweetness out of there.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. It's definitely it.
The sweetness, so Maduro tobacco, which is darker in color, tends to have more of a sweetness.
Earthy, yeah, very much leathery kind of like, right?
Yeah. I get it like, think of like a bale of hay, a bale of straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is a common flavor in tobacco before you light it in this cold draw. And a lot of times I'll get like raisins, like golden raisins or apricot, but on this cigar I don't so much get that stone fruits.
It's very earthy. That was a good call.
Earthy. Maybe like a little even saltiness, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a high.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know. I can't cut it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and light it up.
I was just shut
Let's
up.
go ahead and light it up.
Moving
So,
on.
Let's do it.
This lighter here is by Vector Accessories, and this is a behemoth, man. Tabletop lighter, one big single flame. That thing is cool.
That is
We just
cool.
started carrying this brand in our store.
And let me be the first to say, if that disappears tonight, I did not take it.
Yeah,
They
no,
got a
it's,
great selection of
it's cool.
lighters.
Yeah, they do.
so when you light a cigar, the video probably won't pick this up at all, but the flame on this lighter is giant. It's like 3 inches. It's a big flame.
Yeah.
And if I take it and I light it and I stick it right underneath the lighter, it's going to be burning the tobacco way back here, even all the way underneath the band. Right? It's burning at like 2,500 degrees. Don't quote me on that, but it's hot. And with that butane, it's going to be burning your cigar way back here. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to take it over the flame like you're roasting a marshmallow, and toast the foot of the cigar. You'll see it start to smoke a little bit. You'll see it start to catch. It'll sort of turn orange a few times as it starts to light. And then once you've toasted it, then you want to keep it again out of the flame and pull the flame up to it. Give it a little rotate as you do it. Make sure you hit the whole thing and it's lit.
Look at that.
Let's see how you do. Let's see if you light it better than you cut it.
Oh,
Now, remember, you're going to be smoking this cigar for maybe up to an hour and a half sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you need to take a little time,
There we
don't
go.
rush the lighting. Make sure you light it properly because you're going to get a better flavor. There's sugars that are naturally in the tobacco. And those sugars, if you stick it right into that hot flame, you're going to carbonize the sugars. If you carbonize them, it's going to taste burnt, right? Instead, you want to caramelize the sugars. You want to slowly bring that up to heat. You want to slowly do it. Take a little time because you're going to spend some time smoking. It's worth the effort. All right, while he's lighting it, do you taste anything?
No, because my lighter went down.
No. Okay, all right. Okay.
okay.
Thanks, sir.
Make sure you set it right and reach it.
So here I get, just on that first couple of puffs, on that first initial draw, I get a lot of leather. Right, like baseball glove over my nose, standing out in right field because I was the guy that couldn't run very fast.
Wow,
Right?
that smells so good.
Right. I get a lot of leather off of it. What do you guys get?
Yeah, definitely that. Right? Like I think we even talked about it once. Like I'm chewing on the end of the glove, right? And I can taste that, right?
Right.
You're getting that little.
So on the other two videos that we've done, we smoked Maduros,
Yeah.
which
Wow.
were from Nicaragua last time. You know that they were dark cigars.
I get the
And
lighter.
the dark tobacco tends to give sort of that cocoa, coffee, leather note to it. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it gives off in the cigar. So,
This is refreshing.
but,
This is not as strong as the one we had last video.
No.
This is,
For it being a Maduro,
Yeah,
so
this is
Maduro
good.
in Spanish is, Maduro means strong.
yeah, right. And,
Yeah,
so in the
so-
industry, it means they mean ripe.
Oh,
And
okay.
so the tobacco has been fermented. And the longer they let it ferment, the darker it gets. Think of it like a banana, right? You set a green banana on your counter, the flavors in that green banana are going to be muted a little bit.
Yeah.
They're going to be a little bit of sour or bitterness. But as that banana ripens and it gets darker in color, it turns yellow and then starts to turn brown, the sugars really start to come to the forefront. You get a lot more of that sweetness that comes out of it.
This is good, Derek.
This
good stick.
Yeah.
This is really. It's like I said. To
And
me,
you
it's
pick up
almost
the aromas.
refreshing, right?
Yeah, like it's good. Here's the thing: for somebody like me, I think I have like nasal issues sometimes because people will be like, "Oh, I smell this and this and this," and I'm like, I'm not picking up on that.
Yeah.
This is one of those things like, okay, I can pick up what you're talking about.
Right.
You know, so that says a lot. That's
I
really
get a
cool.
little bit of like a woodiness, almost
Yeah.
like a cedar.
yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's not in the forefront. It's definitely in the background, but a little bit of cedar. Oh, nice. Here's a tobacco leaf.
Look
This
at
has
that.
been I would guess that this is probably made to be filler or binder, probably binder. This is a filler leaf. Portuguese. Wow. Yeah. So is this from the Canary Islands? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
So we've got a guest that's going to be coming on here in a bit, who's going to tell us all about this. So
Cool.
a surprise guest, and yeah, it smells.
So maybe where we're talking about that, like there's still tobacco grown in the U.S.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
they exporting that somewhere to put that in the stuff? I mean, is that still going mainly into cigarettes? Like,
It's still mainly cigarettes. There is
Okay.
some tobacco that's going into the cigar industry,
Yeah.
but most of the tobacco grown in
with
the
you on
U.S.
the
is for
refreshing
field
part.
mills.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
This is still young tobacco. Do you smell the ammonia?
It's not what
a little bit. I mean,
When it comes to Maduro,
There's a little bit of ammonia
man,
there.
but you get that. It's a sweeter smell to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. That ammonia is from the fermentation process. You've probably heard people talking about old cigars, aging cigars, and setting cigars aside and letting them age, breaking out something that's 10, 15 years old and it's really special. The reason that you age a cigar is here. Let's pass this down and just take a smell of that. You'll get a little bit of ammonia.
Oh, for sure.
That ammonia
Very strong.
is a byproduct of the fermentation process. Right?
A lot, big time.
And so the longer you let that, let's say you take that tobacco and you roll it into a cigar. if you let it age, you let it sit around, that ammonia is going to dissipate, and the cigar is going to be smoother. It's going to be more rounded. It's going to be a little bit softer. Now, a lot of blenders are using high ammonia tobacco to give it some strength behind it, right? Some punch, and it will do that when you smoke it. But the longer you let it age, the more that dissipates, and just the softer it gets, right? It sort of mellows out just a little bit, and that's a big deal in the cigar industry. So.
And that's how you age your cigars, right? Mm-hmm. The more ammonia that comes out, and you say that the better the cigar is going to end up being?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
The blenders, or our master blenders, they're blending for a specific flavor and strength profile. And the ammonia left in the tobacco is a tool that they can use to influence the flavor. Not so much the flavor of ammonia, but the strength of the cigar.
So would you say tobacco is very similar to bourbon? Because, like, let's say bourbon, you're smelling it, you're tasting it along the process, and then you know what you're getting. Would you say, obviously, like you said, this is Portuguese. You get something from Honduras, Portuguese, Nicaragua, wherever it's coming from. You know the flavors that are going to come out of it to a certain degree.
Typically, yeah.
So that's why they use it.
For me, when I smoke Dominican tobacco, I tend to get a lot of leather and rye bread and spice, which is actually a lot of what I'm getting out of this. Not so much the rye bread, but the leather and the spice, and a little bit of that woodiness. When you smoke Nicaraguan tobacco, which is really popular, you tend to get more of a cocoa sweetness.
Okay.
So leather, cocoa, coffee notes. When you smoke Honduran, a lot of times you'll get this like interesting sweet spice flavor. When you smoke Ecuadorian tobacco, it tends to be milder and creamy. Cuban tobacco, which is very taboo because we can't legally get it here in the States, right? But Cuban tobacco tends to have sort of a woodsy, mild, creamy, but it comes down to the climate and the soil composition, how it's grown, and then at the end, how it's processed. How do they ferment it? What are they using to ferment it? What's the process that they're using? And how long are they letting it age before rolling and then also after rolling? So.
Well, it's very good. Again, I get the leather, but the refreshing is, a lot of times when I pull a cigar and I'm kind of getting that, it's almost overwhelming of something, like almost smoke or whatever, right? But this doesn't give me that. It gets me. It's almost like a cleansing of a palate on a cigar.
Founders has done a great job with this.
Yeah.
It's a great
so that's
It's a smooth. I mean, even if you're not a cigar smoker, it's a smooth cigar. You could give this probably to anybody, and I feel like they would enjoy it. It's not overpowering.
This is it's more of a medium-bodied cigar. Yeah. A lot of people see a really dark cigar like this and think, "Whoa, it's going to be strong."
Maduro, right.
Maduro, but that's not the case at all. That tends to be the trend because people see a dark cigar and they think, "Oh, that's a strong cigar." So then the blenders know that, and then it's almost like self-fulfilling. They know that people see it and expect it to be strong, so they blend it to be strong. But there are mild Maduros out there. I would say that this is more on the medium side.
Yeah.
It's not super strong, but it is dark.
Yeah.
It's a dark cigar.
Yeah. Well, now what we do is, I don't think I have enough in there to really test. So I probably need to throw a little bit more.
Let's put a little more in here.
Yeah, I think we all need a little bit more of that.
Yeah, here.
I'm sorry, guys.
Well, I'm excited to see how I did with the pairing and see how these two go together.
So the last time, the last couple times we've done this, we've definitely, and even you and I got together one time.
Yes, sir.
And we tried some cigars, and it literally every time so far it changes the complexity, it changes the flavor, it changes how your palate's picking it up. So I guess that's where we're at next, right?
Yep. Let's do it. Let's put them together.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so for me, not that this wasn't smooth before, but the bourbon whiskey becomes way smoother.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Less of a bite.
Yes.
And there was almost no bite before,
Right.
but
but it's just
it's very mild.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the strength, not necessarily on the flavor, but on the strength.
And that's the design behind the cigar blend is to pair really well with the cigar and just be able to pick that out. Any comments on there, Mike?
Yeah, Rabbi asked who's our designated driver.
Yeah. And people are trying to guess who's going to be on too, right? So, and Ken,
we've got a couple guesses here.
Ken, you'll be here. You'll be here in a month, my friend. So from Canada, he's coming down, and we're going to spend the night here, right? The night before. So, wow, it changes the front of the palate for me for sure.
And the
It
fruits
changes-
still come through for me though.
Do what?
Oh, yeah, you're
The
still getting
fruits.
that note.
Yeah.
Yeah, still.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
crazy.
Maybe I'm just imagining it, but licorice. I get licorice when I take a drink and then I quickly take a puff and I go back and forth faster. I'm getting like anise.
I can see that.
Like a
Here's the
black-
thing:
you get
there's
a
no
black
right or
one?
wrong
Right.
with that.
Yeah,
Everybody's
the
got
black
their own
licorice.
palate. Yeah. I learned a while back too that different people have different experiences with foods and candies and like, you know, their palates are just different. So
Right, for
you
sure.
pick up on something that I might not pick up on. That's the cool part about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the great thing about bourbon, whiskey, cigars. Everybody has a different palate. Everybody's searching for different stuff. That's why there's so many different varieties that you can search out. And I think that's the great thing. And like kind of like as we search for bourbon, same thing with cigars. When you find something you really like, you want to chase that flavor profile.
Right. Yeah,
And you
yeah.
want to keep finding that.
For sure.
So
Again, I'm no expert, but
you are the expert here.
I'm the expert in the cigars for right now. Wait a little bit and we'll see. But I am also getting, sounds crazy, but maybe like just a hint of like spearmint, mintiness, like that
yeah.
herbal.
You know, I get the same type of thing when I drink like a rye, right?
Right.
So I'm getting that up top too, right?
Right.
So very minty up top. So I'm picking that up also.
Do we know what the blend is? Because I mean, it's obviously a bourbon rye. Wonder what the
I
blend
don't know
is.
what the blend on
Oh.
that is. Yeah. I didn't have enough time to research that. I guess I could have asked.
So I
them,
mean, the thing we didn't talk about, it's a I can't say that word. Tokai, Foursquare
Tokahi.
rum. To what?
Tokahi.
Tokahi.
So
Okay.
that's wine cask.
So it's finished in Tokahi, Foursquare rum, and a port.
The port. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh, really?
port
Yeah.
and rum finished.
So you're getting a lot of that kind of port type of,
Yeah.
you know, originally, right? You're getting that definitely, but I think that's what's causing some of the sweetness too, right?
Yep.
But
That makes
it's
sense.
just again,
So
such a smooth pour.
does that mean that this bottle has been finished in 2 different barrels? Is that what that
Yes.
label's saying? Both a rum barrel, a Foursquare, and a
port?
port barrel. Wow.
Yep.
See, I didn't know that was even a thing in the industry.
Yeah.
And again, you go anywhere else and you look for something like that, you're paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
You're paying a shit ton of money.
Well, and that's why they say bourbon barrels have the best life.
Yeah.
You get a bourbon, then they go to be tequila, the finish to
Yeah,
tequila,
right.
then they go either, you know, to finish out rum or something else. So I mean,
Right.
they're traveling, and that's why they say that's the best life. Be a bourbon barrel.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, both of them together, I get. Obviously, a cigar. When you got a cigar, you got to have a bourbon. But when you're having some bourbon whiskey, you got to have a cigar, right? So you paired it well. Again, the master again has won, right?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this is good. I can see us having some good conversation for a
Yeah.
couple hours.
Yeah.
This
On
is-
this pair alone.
This is great stuff.
Yeah.
This is great stuff. In a port or
It's kind of cut off that last word. Something
in a
to
port barrel. Oh, pork barrel. Port,
port.
not pork. Port.
Yes.
Sorry. You know, we've had a couple, right? So I mean, you know, pork may be pork.
Yeah, we may be saying it wrong.
I don't think I want the pork barrel finished.
Right? Yeah, it might be. No, that's
So in our bar next door, I'm working on a spam washed bourbon.
a what?
A spam washed bourbon. So we have a duck fat washed rye right now in our menu in one of our cocktails. So I'm playing around with the spam and seeing if I can sort of impart that fattiness
Yeah.
into the whiskey.
Huh.
Really?
That's the thing, yeah.
So actually, spam.
Spam. Yeah,
Yeah,
canned meat. Canned meat in a cocktail, sort of.
Spam.
Remind me of what that name. What's it
We
called?
do need another sponsor. So if someone is on here that's
From spam.
From
If you
spam.
could-
we
if you
want to
wanna
be sponsored by
sponsor us,
spam.
We're making bourbon spam.
Yeah, there
That's
we
right.
go.
Or spam bourbon. No, this is great. I mean, you know, I think for sure we want to thank Founders, right?
Yes,
They've-
thank you.
absolutely.
They've supplied
Thank
us.
you, Angelo and Jeff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeff Judd and Angela. Angelo, I'm going to butcher your last name. Fabroni. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but Founders, thank you guys for helping us out here and being a part of this with us.
and then obviously Art of the Spirits. I mean that, and I love the bottle I bought, and I'll tell you, I became friends with Victor, and we've kind of we're on that TikTok, and I started following him on TikTok, and his back wall, his entire back wall. All I saw was Art of the Spirits.
Art of
so
the Spirits.
It made me, so we reached out. Now we're drinking and smoking friends.
And yeah, let me add. They sent more than I asked them for too.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, they're generous. Yet again, their generosity, just overwhelming.
So I love this. In fact, I follow them now, and they've got. If you want to follow them on their Instagram and YouTube, but they do a lot for people. So they do a lot for the community, and especially the first responders and the military community. So, and their bottles are exceptional.
Yes.
Every bottle is unique, and it is absolutely they're just a cool bottle to have. So
Well, I'm excited to sample some more of their products.
So, well, let's take a
quick break. We have a special guest that's going to come on here, and really, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
He's gonna teach us all about tobacco and pairing and tasting. We've got another cigar here to sample. To pair with the whiskey, and I'm so excited to bring on this next guest.
And I want to say, Victor, you can find Victor on TikTok at Whiskey and Weights. I don't understand the weights part of it, but no, his content is very good. Follow him. I mean, he's got a lot of education, and he brings a lot of bottles to the table, and gives you good opinions on. Gives you some good direction on which way you want to go if you're trying to get into the bourbon or whiskey.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate you being on here.
Thank you, Mike.
We appreciate Art of the Spirits, everything they've done. Continue to follow them, find their stuff. And this is a fantastic bottle.
Yes.
We have some more bottles back here. I'm excited to try, and it's they become a favorite for sure. So. We'll take a break. We'll put our sponsors out there again just to thank our donors, people who have provided for this tonight, and we'll be right back.
Right back with it.
We're ready.
We are ready.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're back, and here's our special guest. I'm so excited to introduce everybody to Luciano. And thank you for joining us. I'm so excited that you're here. I mean, really, this means a lot.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the invite, brother.
So,
That was a good surprise, last minute.
Yes,
Best things happens in the last minute.
Yeah, it was
that's
last
nice
minute,
here,
and I'm so glad that you were able to
awesome.
jump on here and
Absolutely,
be here
man.
with us and teach us
Got
about
some people watching
cigars.
us over there too.
Hey, everybody. Well, we've got a few new joiners on Instagram here. My name is Derek, and I'm one of the owners of Ash Anvil Cigar Lounge down here in downtown Gardner, Kansas. We're kind of on the western side of the Kansas City Metro.
Amazing
And,
lounge, by the way.
Thank you.
Amazing place.
We've got, I'm very proud of it. We've got a very nice lounge, a speakeasy cocktail bar, a big outdoor patio, and a huge humidor filled with great cigars, including your cigars.
Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you.
It's been a good partnership for us. We've seen you guys develop. This is crazy. Just 3 years. And look at what you built here, man.
I know.
This
is
place,
amazing.
guys, this place here is packed. Look at
Yes.
this.
Yeah, we are
Look at
packed. So,
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
We have more people here too.
yeah.
How you doing?
This guy's from Bourbon Brothers.
Bourbon Brews KC.
Yep.
Yeah, from Kansas City.
Yeah, so
amazing.
again, for anybody who's joined after the very beginning, we're doing a military and first responders appreciation night here at Ash Anvil.
Cool.
And with that, we've got Art of the Spirit whiskey, which the bottle's sitting right here. And we're pairing that with cigars. So I'm excited for this next pairing.
I am excited too, man.
Yeah.
I love the topic of pairing
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people that kind of define pairing as something that we control, right? So I'm gonna pair this with this.
Right.
When actually the pairing is something that you stumble into it. Like it's by try and error, right? So you drink a bourbon that you love, and then you smoke a cigar, and you say, man, those two elements, they go so well together.
Right.
They are complementary. Or actually one hints the other, or create a contrast for you to experience
Right.
better the other element. So
Yeah.
I'm fascinated to pairings. So
Yeah.
that's a topic close to my heart.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And as a cigar guy, you know, I'm learning to be a bourbon guy and a whiskey guy.
You're a cigar guy, come on.
But as a cigar guy, learning about the pairing process and learning about, I mean, all these different aspects of, you know, I'm not a blender, I'm not a roller, but I do love smoking the tobacco and tasting the tobacco and experiencing it.
Not yet.
Not yet. But learning how to pair and how to taste the tobacco and get the most out of it is something that I've really kind of fallen in love with.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I mean, tobacco is fascinating, and so is bourbon. You know, just kind of seeing the process of bourbon is something that also fascinates me. You know, like the time in the barrel, how much barley, how much rye, blending different woods. So this is something that's fascinating. I was talking to an expert the other day, and he was explaining to me like how sometimes you think that overaging bourbon will make that bourbon taste better, when actually it's getting too much of the wood, then it's losing the flavor of the corn, it's losing the barley, and vice versa. So it's fascinating. And tobacco it's actually super labor intensive, as you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you just explained it. I was listening to you. Just the fermentation process, trying to understand what is the peak of fermentation for each one of the leaves you're working with, putting them together, trying to get an outcome of that blend. It's all a sort of art, you know.
it's definitely an art form. A year ago, a year and a half ago, you came to our store and you did an event with us. And it just so happened that I had a box of tobacco that I had bought, of loose leaf tobacco, similar to that leaf that I was showing off earlier. And I just happened to have it here, and you were able to use it in blend a cigar.
Not only that, I found the source,
Yeah.
I bought it. It's the Paraguayan tobacco.
Yeah.
I love that.
But I have attempted a couple of times, very poorly, to blend a cigar and to roll a cigar. And it is an art form.
Sure.
You know.
He just rolled a
I
cigar.
mean, as we were watching
he
him,
just rolled a cigar right
so, I
in
mean,
front
that's
of
pretty.
us, right?
He did it right here on video.
And he's
since we
smoking
started.
it.
Just a
Yeah.
fuma, just a fuma, just a little tobacco for you to try.
Yeah, let's put this out where people can see the logo here. Luciana, there we go.
So this is South African.
South African.
Yeah, I thought it was the Portuguese, but it's not the Portuguese.
Okay.
It's South African tobacco.
So this is the leaf that we were just showing off.
That's correct.
It's
So
okay.
when you smoke this, it's very similar to the Paraguayan tobacco that you showed me. So it's the same seed, or the same family of seeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this seed was originated in Pennsylvania, actually. It's called Green River One Sucker.
Green River.
One Sucker.
One
That's
Sucker.
the name of the tobacco.
Interesting name. Okay.
It's from the River Valley in Pennsylvania, close to the Connecticut area. So it's amazing.
Yeah, that's got a great flavor to it. I get a little bit of that again. A little bit of like a spice and a little bit of like a woodsy note to it is what I taste off of it.
Usually, when you're blending a cigar, so I think it's kind of similar in bourbon too. Like there are certain tobaccos that are a little more acidic. So you have, like, for example, corn that's a little more acidic than barley. Barley is a little more alkaline, right? So in the tobacco leaves, usually strength and flavor their enemies.
Okay.
So when you're trying to build a blend that you want a lot of strength, a lot of bite, usually you lose the nose, you lose the aroma, you lose flavor when it's too strong, right? Try to kind of find a tobacco that delivers strength and flavor in the same intensity. It's only alkaline tobacco. So you find that in Connecticut broadleaf. You find that in that South
The
African
flavor is
tobacco.
totally different than.
You find it in the Pennsylvania. You find it in the Paraguayan. So it's from a family of tobacco called Nicotiana rustica.
Okay.
That's the biological family of tobacco. So then it delivers a lot of strength and flavor. That's the tobacco that does that a lot.
I'm gonna pass this down to Mike.
Yeah, please. Puff, puff, and pass.
So this is one single tobacco, right? So this is not a
One
blend.
single
This is
tobacco.
well, one leaf rolled into a cigar.
Oh wow. Leather.
Yeah.
Totally different flavor.
Total different flavor. Right?
I do still get, and again, this is just a byproduct of the fermentation process. I get a little bit of that ammonia right on the nose,
Right.
but on the back end, you can really taste that tobacco. It's really good.
Yeah.
So
It's a very unique tobacco. We are very happy. We are working with this tobacco in some of our blends. One of them is actually something that's arriving in about a week and a half, which is the Machinist.
yes.
You probably heard a lot
Oh my
about
gosh,
the
I'm
Machinist.
so excited. I've smoked
Probably
it.
try that.
It's a great cigar. Yes.
So that tobacco is in the Machinist.
Wow,
We
that's
have that
really
in the
good.
limited edition of Amarillo Chia as
For
well.
just a leaf
Yes.
you just rolled.
yeah.
Wow. Here you want to cut that?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah. It's
amazing.
very cool. Very cool.
So yeah, we find it. We've been pairing cigars. Obviously, we started. This is our third episode. We've been pairing cigars, and it's definitely you pick up every cigar is different with even the bourbon you're tasting, right? And so it's changing notes. It's giving you different complexities of both, right? Just not the bourbon, but also the cigar.
That's right.
So I mean, again,
Wow,
for
that
me they
totally
go hand in hand,
changes
right? If I'm
the
doing
whiskey.
one, I gotta
Yeah.
have the other.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
I mean, that's a different flavor than I've ever tasted out of a cigar.
Yeah. It's a very unique tobacco. And there are amazing tobaccos out there, different seed strains, different peaks of fermentation that you can use.
Right.
So that's why, sometimes people, they ask that question. They say, well, if you're just making a cigar from basically 3 different countries, eventually U.S. and Nicaragua and Dominican, how can every year people come out with new products? It's because the combination of the proportions of the leaves, how you place them, if they are in the binder, if they are in the wrapper, or how you ferment them. What kind of fermentation you apply? Was it hot fermentation or cold fermentation?
Right.
Was from a long period of time, or what kind of seed strain you're using?
Right.
So that all kind of changes the taste profile of a cigar tremendously.
So you're going to be here tomorrow night in my store in Ash Anvil for an event, which I'm going to give a shameless plug. We're selling tickets tonight, and you can call up here.
Yeah, I mean,
or come
how
in
many
and
tickets do you have
buy a
left?
ticket. Last I looked, we've got about 20 tickets left.
So if you don't have a ticket yet, you should buy one tonight.
yeah.
And
We're
there'll
getting
be
here tomorrow.
something very special too that I haven't done this anywhere yet. Well, I did once. So 2 things we're gonna do. You and I heard we'll talk. So Josh said that you're gonna ask some questions and we're gonna have
Yes.
like a good time.
Right.
Then we're gonna have audience asking questions. Then we're gonna make 2 demonstrations tomorrow.
Okay.
One is we're gonna talk a little bit about synesthesia. So I'm gonna the audience will pick any cigar from any manufacturer, and then I will try to figure out exactly what tobaccos are in that cigar. And then the second thing is we'll do like a real experience tasting with 2 cigars.
Yes.
So we're gonna use a cigar and have people smoke and experience that cigar. And then we will actually, after 1/3 of that cigar is smoked, we're gonna light up a new cigar, which is called the Fiat Lux. So the Fiat Lux makes you salivate a lot. So it changes the pH of your saliva. And you see how a transition a cigar happens in a fast pace. Because you're going to start salivating more, you're going to immediately notice the difference in the taste profile of the other cigar.
Right.
So people will be able to experience that live tomorrow.
It's going to be amazing.
That's something kind of new.
So one of the very first times I don't think it was the first time I met you, but maybe the second or third time that I met you, before we really had a relationship, my wife and I traveled like 4.5 hours to another cigar store called Lit in St. Louis.
I remember. That's how we met.
And you did, with the different cigars than what we're planning on using tomorrow night, but something very similar with me. And it is one of the greatest experiences I've had in the industry. Like it taught me so much that night, that hour of me smoking a cigar and you telling me about it was incredibly influential in my cigar journey. So I'm excited to be able to offer that to everybody here tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Looking forward.
And we'll be representing. So
Yeah.
if you could give us a shameless plug on, because I noticed you're live. So
Yeah.
Please.
something we're doing here is we're with Ash Anvil. We're Bourbon Bros KC. We are actually Derek and I have started, and with Heath we have done about every couple of weeks we're pairing cigars with bourbon. So and I will be here tomorrow night, but if you go check us out, we got some good content, and again talking about cigars. It's Bourbon Bros KC on YouTube.
Yep.
So again, Derek has been gracious to provide us this location, and I think we've kind of got a good collaboration here going. That we're not only educating ourselves why we learn about cigars, but we're educating hopefully people who want to become cigar aficionados, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, just in this third episode alone that we've learned so much just about heck how to even cut a cigar. Who knew?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before we get too far into this, I've passed out another cigar, and this is the Sergeant. This is the Sergeant by Luciano. And so I'd like to cut and light this cigar here and give it a taste.
Yeah, yeah.
And see what we think.
Absolutely.
So,
So
there we go.
the Sergeant, that's it kind of goes hand in hand about tonight, right?
Right.
So
So again, just barely clipping the cap here, and then let's give it a taste before we light it.
There we go.
So we've got a cutter here.
Pass there.
Share that.
now, since I've learned how to cut a cigar, I know what I'm doing, right?
So now this is a real good experience with bourbon.
Okay.
So I'm glad we're smoking this today.
Yeah.
So this is what we can call like the kind of trifecta Nicaraguan cigar. So you have three main regions of Nicaragua expressed in this blend. So you have the famous Jalapa, and you have the Pueblo Nuevo, which is a region close to Condega that we enjoy a lot, the tobaccos that come from there. And then you have tobaccos from Esteli here.
Okay.
And the way we constructed is with a double binder of sun-grown Connecticut, U.S. sun-grown Connecticut, and the wrapper is a Habano Criollo 98 from Ecuador.
Okay. So an Ecuadorian.
That's the blend.
Very cool.
And
So
we are live here on Facebook now, because Josh told me that this is better.
there we
There we
go.
go. Let's see what happens.
Get the good-looking
Okay.
guys on camera.
So on the cold draw, do you guys pick anything up? I think that this is different than, in the first half of this video.
For sure.
We tasted Founders, which is a Dominican cigar.
What is that?
And now here, this is a Nicaraguan and Ecuadorian blend.
You are definitely experiencing a bourbon cigar.
Right. On the first, on the draw here, the first cigar we got, it was a lot of like that hay or
Right, correct. I'm
alfalfa
not getting
kind
that
of
on
thing.
this at all.
Not at all. On this one, I get a little more of like that stone fruit,
Yeah,
right? Like almost like a light apricot kind of thing is what
for
I
sure.
get.
Yeah, it's sweet. Like
Yeah.
this one's sweet as well.
Very
Right.
sweet.
Not nearly as dark as the last cigar in color, but again, that doesn't necessarily. Oh no.
This is not working, so I'm gonna just go for a
I need.
camera sugar.
Hold on.
We're gonna go to a different one.
I got a backup.
Oh, back up.
I got a backup
Back
ladder
up.
here.
There we go. You know, the best live are also the improvised ones.
Yeah.
The ones you don't. Oh, here you go. It's still live there.
Thank you, sir. Sorry about that. Sorry about the reach.
No worries.
Whoa.
We sure do appreciate you coming
Oh,
on
the
tonight.
smoke my ass.
We're smoking two Robusto. That's a Robusto size of the Sergeant.
Sergeant.
As you can see, there's a non-competitive sweetness.
Wow.
Yes.
So, retrohale it's an amazing retrohale,
Right.
but it's a good expression of good tobacco. You know, it's no additives, it's truly
Just tobacco.
just tobacco, man.
Right.
And
Do
you
you guys
get
know
all the
what-
sweetness.
Retrohale means in a cigar? So when you retrohale a cigar, you're tasting with your palate, but you have a whole lot of taste sensors, taste buds, I guess, within your nasal cavity. So by taking the tobacco and blowing the smoke out through your nose, you're able to pick up more flavor. There's a little bit of burn that comes with it, especially when you first start retrohaling, but it sort of opens up your palate and lets you experience it more intensely and and pick up some more of those nuanced
Yeah.
flavors, I think.
I'm getting a lot of the
Yeah.
with that. I get a lot of the notes up top and the back, right? I get
Right.
that.
It leaves a sweeter lingering on the palate. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it does. So now I'm curious to see what it does with Art of the Spirits, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
well, I mean, obviously the bottle's not any good. It's half gone.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. That's for sure. Wow. You know,
So-
it smooths it.
Yeah.
I mean, just right out.
Totally changes the whiskey.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the complexity is very. I'm not gonna say syrupy, right? But it's what'd you say? Long lasting,
A long finish.
long finish.
Right.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it keeps it there forever.
Right.
Oh, this is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
see, you just encounter a real pairing.
Yeah. That is.
So that's what I'm talking about. So when you actually experience something that it's real, like it's true pleasure here. Those two things they do speak to each other. They make sense together, and sometimes you don't. I see a lot of people like trying to kind of pair
Wow.
cigars with wine.
Right.
It's very hard. Actually, very little cigars. I would say probably in our portfolio, that's one that's intentionally blended for wine, which is this one I was smoking.
The mill, yes.
And also good with bourbon, the
Mas Ignis.
Mas Ignis.
Yes.
And also we have the Peter James. That's a very good pairing with wine.
Amazing. Amazing.
It's a standalone cigar, but pairs really well with wine.
Yeah.
Some of them were by accident, some of them was on purpose. Tiago Havano, good pairing with wine. But it's not like every cigar they'll pair with everything.
Right.
You know?
Of course.
It's sometimes it's not so sexy to say that, but that's true. But guess what? For like groups like Bourbon Bros, the fact that they are always cultivating the culture of bourbon, and they are always kind of trying different bourbons, different cigars. These guys must encounter lots of amazing pairings all the time.
Yeah.
You know, because they're actively doing it.
Right.
And
this
one
is-
of the things I would suggest you guys do one day, maybe you already do, build like a kind of a catalog or like a brochure where you can actually really offer to everybody pairings. You know,
Yeah.
show them, hey, listen, we have this with this, and it's amazing. So you should try this bourbon with this cigar.
Well, I will tell you, this Art of the Spirit cigar blend and the Sergeant. This is probably the best pairing I've already had. I bet it.
I mean, I think that's a great idea, especially for like your speakeasy.
Right, of course.
I mean, you could say like you go somewhere and you get a bourbon flat or whatever. You could say these go really well together, and it could be a package.
Right.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's something people look for.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
Absolutely.
especially everybody's looking for a
Outside
different
this, yeah.
experience coming in. I mean, you can have that ready to go and say this is
great
this
pour.
is it.
Yeah.
So, look forward to trying.
So Luciano, tomorrow night during the event, I have a series of questions that I want to ask you that I've put together that I think will really give us some insight into both your background, your company, and then the industry as a whole. But just here, I wanted to talk to you, and this will be a question I ask you again tomorrow, but when you're blending a cigar, what qualities are you looking to incorporate in that blend? Is it different for every blend that you do? Because you have a pretty wide variety of cigars in your portfolio. And every cigar, what I love about your portfolio is each cigar is totally different from the other. You have no two that are, like this one's kind of like that one. Your cigars are different. So when you're blending a cigar, are you looking for different qualities? What are you looking for? And how do you come about coming up with the blends? Is it trial by error? Are you just throwing a whole bunch of different blends at the wall and trying to figure out what happens? Or are you going at it from more of a scientific and analytical background and looking at this tobacco with these characteristics and this tobacco with these characteristics, and then I think that they'll go well together? Like, how do you?
I think the answer is almost like all the above, right?
Okay.
So I think there is I think for any blender, I believe there is everybody has their own processes and stuff. I think in my case at least, I believe some cigars were you're just commissioned to make it, right? Someone comes to you, especially before when you used to make cigars for other companies.
Sure.
They'll come to us and say, I'm looking for a taste profile, texture, and strength at this level. And then you have to come out with a cigar to kind of tend that demand. I obviously dislike that method, but you have to do it.
Sure.
One of the ways that I like the most is actually when it comes to a point in life when you do this so much that you just learn the tobaccos, you memorize it. So if you, a good comparison is when you're cooking a pasta at your house, right? So you have garlic, you have salt. So you have in your brain already archived all these flavors that you know that the combination of these flavors will produce a certain effect. So you know that if you get some fresh Roma tomatoes and you mix with a little bit of salt and a little bit of garlic and a little bit of onions and some basil, there is a result that you experienced before, right? And you can actually even taste in your brain.
Right.
If you think about it, think about the food
I
right
can
now.
taste it right now. Yes. I know.
Right? So
Yeah.
we can all taste in our brains. So blending is very similar. Obviously, there are people that are super tasters. They can memorize flavors better, or they can actually understand, and they can actually imagine what 2 or 3 elements will taste like together, even before they put the leaves together. And that's something that you develop, or something that you're born with, or both, right?
Right. Right.
And then there's always a story, Derek. Let's say I'm working into a blend that I have absolutely no purpose for that blend. It's just part of my journey. It happens that in that week that I was developing that blend, something extremely special happened in my life. And then I can tell it sounds crazy, weird, but that experience, it is influencing
Sure.
the outcome of that blend. As when you cook,
Right.
depending on your mood,
Right.
you know that the result can be different.
So
Right.
that is amazing that you just said that, because
So-
my next question that I was going to ask you is, when you're blending a cigar, what do you use for inspiration? And that, I mean, you just answered that at least part way. What do you use for inspiration, and how do you come up with the different blends? Are you visualizing, a certain environment, or are you visualizing like a different mood that you're trying to portray within your cigar? What does that look like, and what are you using for inspiration?
So now you got to the third method of blending for me. That's probably the most common one. It's when there is already a story. There is something that really kind of happened that's meaningful. All right. So I have something meaningful tattooed in my arm right here. Right.
I
So
recognize that, yes.
That's the story of my mom, of actually my daughter who did this drawing when she was 14 years old. Right.
Yeah.
So I lost my mom when I was 12. So what are the memories I have from my mom? I remember, because of my senses, my synesthesia, I remember the texture of her skin. I remember the smell. She used to smoke cigarettes. So her cologne with the cigarettes have a very characteristic smell. And I remember the texture of her voice, how her voice sounded. Have you noticed that even in bourbon, wine, we always create pearls to other senses,
Right, of
right?
course.
You call velvet, you call woody, you call cedar, right?
Right.
So you call almost like a different sense to explain another sense.
Right. Yeah.
So I went to the reverse engineering, and I actually always done this maybe intuitively, and say, how can I actually produce an experience of taste profile that will actually translate that texture of that voice,
Right.
or that smell that I remember, or the strength of the character of that person.
Yeah.
Those are all subjective things that makes way more sense in my brain than everybody else. But the story is real.
Right.
And when the story is real, I think that has way more chances to any product, anything to resonate. So we're talking about veterans tonight. Talking about people that sacrifice their lives
Right.
for us, for our freedom, for our liberty. And we're honoring them. Talking about this has this profound meaning that when you smoke a cigar, you are reflecting upon that meaning. You are remembering those who sacrificed their lives for us. You are honoring those who are in the battlefield right now, the first responders. So there is a real meaning.
Right. Of course.
So you're gonna tell me that you're gonna smoke that cigar the same that founders you guys smoked before.
Right.
There's a different meaning to it.
Right.
There's a real story attached to their specific cause or their specific thing
Yeah,
that
of
moves your
course.
heart, you know?
Of course.
So I can tell you from the bottom of my heart that every single cigar that we have in our portfolio have a real story. There's no like I listen to this song and then I like this word and then this picture looks sexy and I make it look like an heritage. Well, so I'm not criticizing. Some people do that. I just can't. I think the world is kind of tired of that kind of stuff. We're looking for real things that we
I know
can
that I have
touch.
goosebumps right
Absolutely.
now. I have
Things that we can
goosebumps
experience.
about this.
Absolutely,
So.
experience. So,
Can you tell us a little bit about the sergeant?
Absolutely,
Tell
man.
us the story behind the sergeant.
So the sergeant was actually born because of a Marine that is a very close friend of mine. We met in the this was 2013 when I met him, a long time ago. I'm a Freemason, he was also a Freemason, so we were from the same Masonic lodge. And I just started observing that guy, and he was such a generous person, and he'll never speak of himself, ever. He was a Marine sergeant, and he never talked about anything that happened with him, what he was involved with, if he did anything super relevant or not. So he would never talk about himself. But that guy, if you see someone that's struggling with something, he was the first one to extend his hand. He was the first one to care about other people. And then I look at that guy's life. I was always amazed by his character, by his generosity. And then one day, he's turning 40 years old. And 40, no, he was younger. He was 35 years old. And his father wanted to kind of throw a surprise party for him. And he was also going to be honored as the military award of the year in Masonry and stuff. I actually suggested his name. And we tried to collect things about his life that we could actually present to all the brothers and to the surprise party that his father was going to throw out. So he's invited me to his house, so I walk into his room because he wanted to show me some stuff. When he started showing me all the achievements of that guy, I couldn't believe it. The guy was probably one of the only sergeants that got a silver medal, congressional silver medal. The guy got ribbons of all sorts you can possibly imagine. He saved his entire peloton during the Iraq War. That guy was basically a fucking hero.
Yeah, nice.
And he never said one single word about himself. And I said, what if we create a cigar to honor people like him? It's not just to honor the military. It's people who's willing to sacrifice. Think about it, dude. I'm talking about, I saw that guy in Special Forces, right?
Yeah.
So one day he wakes up and said, I love my country. I'm going to give my life. I don't care if I'm going to die or not.
right.
Right? I'm going to give my life for the people because the country is the people.
Right.
This is the level of sacrifice, of altruism that comes from Jesus, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus is the only one who gave his life for other people. So you've been like him just by doing that, you know. So I look at that guy. I said, man, we gotta build something that tells that story. And the story of the sergeant, it's about generosity, altruism, giving your life, giving of yourself to support and help the other. And we honoring Brian Acevedo, who is the sergeant.
The sergeant, Brian. Brian, that's an amazing story, and I'm so glad you shared that with us.
Yeah, of course, man.
Very cool.
And all the cigars too. This is later, right? So we start working with an organization. It's a little plug here too, called Dogs Inc. So they train dogs, and it's 100% donated, so all free. So they train the dogs to give to veterans that have PTSD, and those guys do an amazing job. I think they're probably one of the largest and most respectable organizations in the country. And so we start kind of doing auctions for them, and now proceeds from the sales of the sergeant goes perpetually to that organization to support veterans.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
You know, we work with a group. In fact, the banner is right here behind me.
Yeah.
FISH, Friends in Service of Heroes, which is a local organization run by a lot of people, but kind of the face of the organization is a guy by the name of Paul Chapa, who's here in the audience tonight. And they do a lot with service dogs. I mean, they are giving back to those people who have put their life on the line, and it's awesome. So this cigar and the meaning behind the cigar is so much more now that I know the story behind it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, You know, I think we've had a very informative live tonight.
Yeah.
We Art of the Spirits, Founder Cigars, Luciano, Sergeant.
Luciano Cigars, yeah.
You coming on, we appreciate that.
Absolutely, bro.
Derek called me and said, "Hey, we have an opportunity," and it's like absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I will tell you that this is the best pairing that I've ever had.
I'm honored.
It's so smooth. It makes both of them just. Well, the worst part is I could probably do it all night, right?
Yeah.
So
This is amazing, by the way. Very easy to drink.
this is
Enjoy.
the Art of the Spirits out of Colorado
Very
Springs.
good.
Again, same type of story, right? They do a lot of, like Victor talked about, right? They do a lot for first responders, military. So we thought this paired up very, very well. You know, tomorrow night, if you're in the area and if you live in the Kansas area, Ash Anvil, there's still some tickets left. You go online and you can see that.
Find us on social media. You can see and you can buy tickets online through our social media. Find the link there. Or you can call the shop, or you can come into the shop. Really, this is not going to be an event that you want to miss. This is going to be something that is
Come
really,
tomorrow,
really
guys.
special.
Come tomorrow. You guys will have
And
a
also,
good time.
Bourbon Bros KC. So you've got to say that out loud, right?
I will.
Bourbon Bros KC.
Bourbon Bros KC will be in the house tomorrow with me.
Yes,
and then
we will.
we're going to do something special because we're going to actually do some donations for this as well. And we're going to have some fun tomorrow.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, you know, I think we're probably done for the night. It's been a long one, but it's been this has been this has been good for anyone who's watched. Again, we got a full house on a Wednesday night at Ash Anvil. I don't think that's a normal thing, right?
No,
So,
I hope it is. But,
we also want to say again, we really appreciate our first responders and our military. Again, like I said at the beginning, freedom isn't free, right? And we have to recognize that. So we've had some Victor from Whiskey and Waits on, and Luciano, you're the man.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate
It's a
that. We
pleasure.
appreciate you
You
coming
guys
here.
you guys are awesome.
And well, I think we're going to end this here.
Yeah. So like and subscribe on our channel.
Absolutely, like and subscribe.
I just did, by the way.
Yeah. Awesome.
We appreciate that. We're trying to do good content. We're trying to get to the point where we're going to be able to support, veterans and first responders like you do, right? So, and Derek at Ash Anvil, we appreciate the opportunity to be here.
thank you.
Well, we're going to end it here. So, and as we always kind of do, remember, it's not just about the pour, but the bond it creates. Happy pours and happy smokes.